Hi, y'all. Welcome back for another message of what you need to know right now. Thank you so much for being here, my OGs, my cosmic royal family. If you're new, welcome. First, we're going to cleanse and set the space. Call in spirit. I've got an astrological report for you for Aquarius season. So we're going to go over the transits and energies that you may be expected to feel, themes that may arise during the season, and then I'm going to pull some cards on it for you, okay? Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Hi, Juan, Troy, Helly. Hi, Mary. How you doing, love? Get this a light. I need to get me a new torch. There we go. Cleanse your energy. Good juju for you. Cleanse my energy. Good juju for me. Hi, Big Worm. All right, we're going to protect with some Palo Santo real quick. Here we go. By the way, I do have personal readings open. There's currently one person in line. You can save your spot by going to stan.store/Lady Leo Spiritual. It's the only way that you can book any services with me. I've got other stuff listed on there too, like private one-on-one readings for tarot. I've got astrology readings on there, looking at your chart or weekly report, monthly report, yearly report, those sorts of things, and energy alignments as well. Okay, here we go. Protect your energy. Thanks for liking the live, y'all. Hi, James. Hi, Marco. Protect my energy. All right, since we are pulling cards in this go round, I'm gonna go ahead and call in spirits. When we get to that point, we don't have to stop and do it. Okay. Hi, CR Demo. How you doing, love? Welcome. Hi, Alexandra. Ray. Thanks. Oh my gosh, thanks for hitting the heart button. Where's my thing at? I think the cat took it. I'll use this. Here we go. I'm gonna ring the bell. Hey, I'm sending all that love and light back to you times 10. Hey, May Shay. Hi, beautiful. Hope you're having a great night. I am. It got better since you're here. Thank y'all for being here. Hi, Roger. Okay, we're gonna call it spirit real quick. God, source, universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, council of light, ascended masters, and all other benevolent beings of light of the third heaven and higher. I ask that you shield us in a holy, divine, white light of protection, shield our space, our energy, and the stream from any outside negative energies, entities, and it is not allowed here. Spirit, I ask that you aid, guide, and support me in channeling the best and highest messages for the collective during this time. So to be, thank you, Spirit. All right, y'all, here we go. Hi, Peter. Welcome. Thanks for the heart me. All that love and light back to you times 10. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for all the ways that you show love and support. All right, so Aquarius season 2026, y'all. Oh my goodness. So today is the 19th when I'm recording this. You may be watching the replay on YouTube. Today marks Aquarius season. Sun moved into Aquarius, okay? And that's until February the 18th. This season is a collective future self-activation, and it forces upgrades in identity, independence, relationships, community and networking, technology and visibility, mindset and nervous system. Okay, so the overall theme for this season is stop surviving in the old timeline and upgrade your system. Okay, so we're not operating in an old way of being, the old way that we did things. Okay. What you may be feeling mentally, you may be going through a mental awakening and nervous system upgrade. Hi, how you doing? Hi, Delbert, Justine, Joseph. Welcome, y'all. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. Thank you for being here. Okay, so Aquarius stimulates the brain, the nervous system, and your vision for the future. Expect fast clarity and sudden decisions. Emotional detachment. So you're going to have less tolerance for drama and dramatics. Insomnia, late night planning energy. So you may find yourself like up in the middle of the night because you've got an idea or get hyper focused on something, okay? Downloads, your intuition is going to spike. Wanting freedom, space, and a clean slate. This is the shadow side of this season, okay? Overthinking, emotional shutdown, impulsive cutoffs, feeling done overnight, okay? So this is especially with like the dramatics, okay? This season, you just don't really have you just can't, you're just not dealing with it. Aquarius doesn't ask for permission, it just moves forward, okay? Very action-based movement energy here. So some key Mercury transit communication shifts. So Mercury enters Aquarius on January 20th, tomorrow, okay? And this is the collective shift. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Of blunt truth. I'm not explaining myself anymore, okay? It's basically what it is that you're saying. I'm not taking the time to explain myself. Either you get it or you don't. If you got it, good. If you don't know what to tell you. Boundaries without guilt. This is a big one. Really standing strong on boundaries and not giving a whole lot of cares of if anybody is with it or not. Logic over emotional chaos. There's a lot about processing practical information rather than getting all up into the emotions, okay? Detachment from manipulation. This may be something that it is that you're picking up very heavy on this season, is that being coerced, being manipulated, okay? Illusions, projections, those sorts of things, okay? And the best use of Mercury in Aquarius is launching content. Okay, if you're getting ready to launch content over the internet, this is a really great season to do that. Clear conversation, speaking up clearly, okay? A lot about voicing your opinion. Decision making, okay? Being very clear on the decisions that it is that you're making. Strategy and rebrand planning. If you own a business, this is a really great season to rebrand and to strategize the future of your business, okay? Thought leader energy, okay? A lot about being a leader or showing leadership. This is the shadow energy of this Mercury in Aquarius. Cold texting, prideful detachment, cutting people off too quick. Okay, so like I said, we're not really up for the dramatics this season, collectively. Okay, so for some of your relationships, those ones that you hold near and dear to your heart, okay, you may want to take some time to process what's going on before you start cutting cords, okay? Don't be too hasty, because like I said, this is quick, very action-forward energy. So for some of you, you may want to pause. Some lunar events this season. These are the emotional turning points, okay? Hi, look at all the love, hey! Send all that love like back to you times 10. I don't know who's hitting that heart button, but I definitely appreciate it. Okay, so this full moon, the full moon happens on February the 1st. And this is Leo versus Aquarius, okay? Leo is opposite of Aquarius on the zodiac wheel. So they're very similar energies, but they're also very different. They could be complementary in a lot of ways. So this is heart, okay? Leo energy is heart energy. Aquarius energy is the mind, okay? And this is going to be heart versus mind. And it expresses our ego wounds, attention-seeking behavior, power struggles in relationships. Are you choosing me or are you using me? Okay, are you being surrounded or are you being supported? Collective energy, emotions may rise, pride rises, and truth comes out dramatically. This can be a peak moment for breakups and reconciliations. Someone confessing or revealing a truth, so things being exposed, things coming to light. You realizing what you're not accepting anymore, what you're not going to tolerate, what you're not going to put up with. And our full moon message is stop performing strength and start living truth. Okay? So we're not performing, we're showing up authentically. We also have an eclipse portal this season, which is our main event. It's the annular solar eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th of February. It's especially intense because it's a solar eclipse, which means it's a whole new timeline. Solar eclipses bring sudden endings that create freedom, accelerated beginnings that feel faded, identity shifts, sharp redirections, and the universe chooses you for you if you won't choose. Okay, so if you're not going to choose something and you're on the fence, indecisive, God, source, universe, whatever that looks like for you is choosing it for you. So it's important for you to be very focused on what it is that you're doing this month. And because it happens in Aquarius energy, it's all about liberation, communication shifts, the future you're building, breaking cycles, and detaching from what limits you, okay? You are limitless. Don't let it limit you to a little box, okay? You weren't meant to be put in a box. So our overall Aquarius eclipse message is you can't carry the past into the future. It can't go. It doesn't fit. It didn't work that way in the past. So we're not bringing it into the future, into the present. Also, new moon in Aquarius. The same day that the new moon in Aquarius is also the same day that the eclipse happens. So this is one of the most powerful fresh restarts of the year. Okay, this portal. It's really great for rebranding, leaving old identity behind, launching new offers, or launching yourself on a platform, setting boundaries permanently. It's like, here's the line. Don't cross it. Choosing independence, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. What people experience around this eclipse. A possible breakup that feels sudden, but revealing. Relieving. Revealing. Relieving. I keep saying it wrong. Someone disappearing or ghosting. So you may have people ghost, or you may have people trying to return unexpectedly. Okay, remember, this is eclipse stuff. These are big shifts, big shakeups in the energy. Big clarity about who is aligned and who is not. Okay, so who is supporting me on my journey and who is not. So a lot of these things will be very clear. New communities, new clients, and new friendships, new connections. And a glow up that starts internally. So you're having internal glow ups this season. Eclipse manifestation focus. I choose consistency over chemistry. That is a big one this season. I choose consistency over chemistry. I detach from anything that drains my nervous system. I build my future like I'm staying, okay? Again, here's that line in the sand. You're standing up for yourself. You're standing your ground on that. And here's eclipse rule. Don't force outcomes. Eclipses move what's stagnant and very fast, okay? So if you feel stuck, stagnant, things aren't moving, that's the whole point of an eclipse season, is to get things moving, to have that radical change that needs to happen. All right, so here's our timeline, what to expect week by week. From January 19th to January the 31st, this is the mindset shift, okay? This is the switch flips period. You stop chasing, you start observing. You start planning your next chapter, and people feel you pulling back your energy. And the theme is, I'm not available for confusion. The second week of Aquarius season, this is February 1st until February the 6th, the full moon, which is going to be in Leo, full moon in Leo. After the February 1st full moon, things come to surface. Truths are being exposed. Relationship tensions peak. Pride and egos clash. Emotional realizations hit hard. And the theme for that week is it's either real or I'm done. It's like either it's genuine and you can show up in your authenticity, or I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want fake, I want real. The third week, February 7th to February the 18th, the future opens. This is the eclipse lead up, okay? This is when the new timeline energy becomes louder. You may have new desires, set new boundaries, or be stronger on those boundaries. More independence, sudden opportunities, and bigger detachment from emotional chaos. The boom. February 17th, the Aquarius eclipse portal. This date can feel like a spiritual reset, a plot twist, a major decision point, or a sudden redirection, maybe all of the above. And the theme for this overall energy for when that happens is this is your upgrade. Take it. Money and career for Aquarius season. It rewards digital expansion, system building, and community. Think about where we're at collectively right now. Everything's digital, everything's online, okay? All of that is Aquarian energy. So that digital expansion is being rewarded, especially with community. When those things, because Aquarius energy is also collective. It's about community, Okay, so strong money themes and how you show up individually, authentically in a group. So strong money themes are subscriptions and memberships, consistent live streaming schedules, consistent live streaming schedules, digital products, automation and scaling, and audience growth through being different. Being different, not perfect. There's nothing wrong with you being your authentic self, even though it doesn't look like anybody else. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. People wanted more of the same. They go, that'd be boring anyway. You're not boring. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Hey. Send all that love light back to you times 10. I'll go up on the comments in just a minute, y'all. Love and relationships for Aquarius season. This is the make it or break it season. Aquarius season is not begging season. It's not settling. It's standard season. You can expect someone wanting closeness without taking accountability. You requiring maturity and emotional safety. So that's like what it is that you're telling other people that's what you require. Maturity and emotional safety. You detaching from mixed signals. If you have to decode, it's not for you. If you're having to decode what someone's trying to say or where it is that you're at with someone, okay, you may be detaching from those connections and you're cutting off breadcrumbing energy. Okay, you're not putting up with bare minimum-ish. That's not what this whole, It is all or nothing. It's about risk taking. So yeah, your relationship thing for Aquarius season is, if I have to decode you, I don't trust you. I ain't trusting it. And it can bring sudden breakups, sudden recommitments, abrupt clarity, and I choose me endings. All right, and then our overall affirmation for Aquarius season. I release what limits me. I choose what liberates me. I trust the reroute. Okay? I'm going to say that one more time. You want to say it with me? I release what limits me. I choose what liberates me. I trust the reroute. I like that a lot. So big stuff happening with Aquarius season. I hope that gives you some insight and some clarity of the planets and how it is that we're going to be feeling this on a collective level. By the way, thank y'all for being here. Hey, 5.9K likes. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. Thank y'all so much for being here. Hi, Rodolfo. Hi, Big Hunk. How you doing, sweetheart? I hope you have a good night too, Ricky. Thank you for being here. Girl with clever username. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. John Fuller, Edwin, Dora, Stephanie. All right, here we go, y'all. We're going to pull some cards on it. Best and highest messages here. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What do we need to hear for Aquarius season? Somebody may need to take a leap of faith towards a masculine, or masculine may be taking a leap of faith. What's all here, Spirit? Just tell me what's in the energy for Aquarius season. What do we need to know most? Yeah, radical change happening. Here's that storm, unexpected. Okay, this is like that eclipse energy here. What did I say? If you don't choose, the universe is going to choose for you. A choice is going to be made one way or the other. Fulfillment. This is to help you get in touch with this emotional fulfillment, this wish, something that it is that you want. Attraction. Oh, you're attracting it to you. Mars energy. Okay. Yeah, this is very action forward. Travel. You may be getting a message. Somebody may be traveling toward you with some sort of message. You may be traveling a lot, or something about the way that you're communicating is very important this season. Integration and union. Okay, so this could be you integrating your shadow and your light. Everybody's got a shadow and a light side, y'all. It's just part of it, right? Masculine, feminine energies. Any way you want to spin it. So you could be integrating those two. Okay, our shadows aren't there all for naught. Okay, so that's not something that should, instill fear in you. All right, they're all about lessons and learning more about yourself so you can be better, do better. All right, and then we have Ace of Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy coming through. Okay, so this is about that passionate new beginning, this exciting new chapter. Okay, your spark being there. What feeds that inner fire? If it doesn't feed your inner fire, it's like you don't want it. All right. We're going to swap decks here, y'all. Hi, love. Maisie's mom, how you doing, love? I wanted to catch you on here. Hi, darling. How you doing? Hi, Gianna. Hey! Thank you for that. Galaxy Globe. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. I appreciate that big hunk. Hi, Doobie. Hey, we've got Cosmic Royal Family in the chat. What's going on, y'all? What's here, Spirit? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What do we need to hear most for Aquarius season? By the way, y'all, I've had to switch up my schedule, my live streaming schedule. I was dual streaming on Instagram and TikTok at the same time, but I think that's why my connection was being so shoddy, so crappy. So I'm having to do it one at a time. So you may see me swap at 8 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be on YouTube. Wednesday, I'll be on Instagram. And then TikTok, I'll be on during the afternoons. So just to give y'all a heads up. All right, it's time to give rather than to take. Prosperity lies ahead. Know your worth. What else is here? Heavy Taurus energy coming out. Believe in your good luck. Don't let pride get in your way. Yes, we're having like major authenticity overrules pride and ego. Right, that new moon in Leo. Your hard work is paying off. Be real. Be authentic. You may be telling somebody to be real. I just heard somebody say, be real. Confirmation. Hi, Norma. And emotions are running high. Okay, supermoon energy. So let me read it back and see what it is that we got so far, and then we'll clarify, and then we'll do a deep dive, okay? So we got unexpected change. There's a shake up in the energy here. But this is to help you come into some sort of emotional fulfillment or something that you've wished for. You're attracting a lot of energy towards you. You're attracting a lot of attention towards you. And it's because of the actions that it is that you're taking. Someone may be coming to communicate to you, or you may be traveling, and there's a lot of importance on the way that you're speaking, what you're speaking this season. Integration is here. So you may be coming into union with a soul partner, okay, like a soulmate, depending on what type of soulmate that is. All right, doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. For some of you, it will be. Okay, but this could be like a new friend. This could be, if it's not a person, it could be you finally integrating with a way of being or even a career, okay? And then we have the Ace of Fire here, which was about this passionate new beginning. It's a time to give rather than to take. Prosperity lies ahead. So basically you bless others with your blessings. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Know your worth. Okay. Know who you are. Know what you stand for. Right. You're not wavering from any of that. A lot about these strong boundaries, having these very strong boundaries with people. You're not a people pleaser. You're a good person, not a nice person. Nice people are liars. Okay. Believe in your good luck. Lady Luck is shining, is smiling down on you. Don't let your pride get in your way. So we're not being arrogant, okay? We're being confident. There's a huge difference there. Your hard work is paying off, and be real. Emotions are running high. Don't let your emotions rule you, okay? All right, let's get some clarifiers on these, and then we'll do our deep dive. Best and highest messages here, Spirit. What do we need to know? What do we need to see? What do we need to hear? Hi, Ben Hines. How you doing? Well, darling, I have been well. Thank you for that. Hi, Nate. I hope you're well as well. Stacy, thank you so much for the follow. My life is for this whole world. You try to pay attention to your notifications. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Hi, Z. How you doing, Z? Thanks for the love, y'all. I'm sending all that love and light back to you times 10. Let me ring the bell for you. Hi, Rabbit T. Woo, y'all. Starting off, we've got this 9 of Wands here. Woo, I don't think 2025 was too kind to you. That's a lot of exhaustion. All right, that's being kicked when you've been down. That's been fighting battles left and right. But boo-boo, let me remind you, you still standing. You coming up over here, winning the war. You still got it, okay? You're undefeated. What else is here, Spirit? I also feel like that's why you're in this, like you're not putting up with ish, you're over dramatics and things like that, you know, like you've dealt with it over and over and over again. It's like, if it's not going to grow, I don't want, yeah, see, you don't want to be stuck in your head, paralysis by analysis, over analyzing situations, not being able to move, especially in the mind space from something, being stuck on something. Tell me about this Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's supposed to drama, conflict, chaos, competitiveness. People wanting to start fights with you. People in secret competition with you. I think I just did a reading on that secret competition. All right, Spirit. Tell me about this integration. What do we need to know about this integration? Whatever it is, it has you showing up like the King of Wands over here. Big wand energy. Spiritual baddies, spiritual daddies. Hey. Confident. Leadership. Taking the lead. Knowing who you are. Not taking no for an answer. If there's a will, there is a way. Making sure that you're carving a path to it. Oh, you're giving up fear. Whatever you're integrating with, you're not giving into fear or codependency or other people projecting these things onto you. It's all because of your strength. This is beautiful. Wow. Your unwavering faith in yourself, your patience, your resilience, your courage. Yeah, I keep hearing, if there's a will, there's a way. There's a lot of this faith in something. All right. And what do we need to know about this passionate new beginning? This inner spark burning. Woo! Y'all would be looking good. I'm so proud of y'all. Look, we've got the Magician and the Six of Coins. Master manifestors here. Wow. Speaking it into existence. Using all the resources that you have at your fingertips or within mind, body, spirit. Taking intended action down here in the 3D. Okay? So yeah, y'all know that's how manifestation happens. It starts with an idea. It starts with a thought. And then you take all the things that it is. Okay? You put emotion into it. You use your intuition with the cups. Okay? You got the Pentacle here. This is the physical. In the 3D, this is what you're investing into it. Okay? We've got the Sword here. And this is about intellect. It's about knowledge. It's about clarity. Intelligence. Decision making. Right? And then we have Fire, which is the wands that he's holding up right here. And this is your passion for something. It's the way that you're able to take action. Right? It's how you're showing up. Okay? And this is you speaking it to God, source, universe, whatever that looks like for you. Speaking it to the cosmos out loud into existence, and you taking that intended action down here in the 3D, bridging that gap. Okay, that's beautiful. You're a master manifester. We have the Six of Pentacles as well. So this passionate new beginning is also having a lot of this more equal give and take energy. Like I said, you are not accepting breadcrumbs this season. It's like they better come correct or they better get to stepping because you don't have the patience for it. All right. Anything else that we need to know about just this overall energy? And then we're going to do our deep dive. Anything else that we need to know? Dang, y'all. Nine of Pentacles. The World and the Six of Wands. King of Pentacles. Oh, dang. Abundance is coming. Somebody's getting a raise, a promotion. Something takes off. Okay, but this is about all your accomplishments. All the time, love, energy, effort, money that you put into something, into yourself, okay? I want you to think of every single one of these little coins or little badges that it is that you wear, the level ups that it is that you've had, okay? You're very fruitful, very fertile for growth, okay? And it's because of your wisdom, your know-how, your skill set. New cycles are beginning as well with the World card, okay? This is fated, this is destined, this was meant to happen. You're exactly where you're meant to be when you're meant to be there. Those old doors are closing. Right? We're about to come into the astrological new year. Okay. So there's still this theme of some things that are closing out. Okay. I kind of feel like eclipse season, you're really going to start feeling that. But in this new season, you are getting so much attention. Somebody may be going viral or something online is taking off. But you're getting a lot of attention and you're showing up as victorious. Okay. Getting a lot of praise, getting a lot of recognition. And you're... big boss energy. So we have two very strong masculine energies showing up here. Okay. I don't want you to get caught up with like the gender, y'all. It's just personifying the energy. Okay. But it's big daddy, big boss energy here. Spiritual daddies. Confident, successful. Forging away, bringing a lot of success and stability. Does that make sense? That's beautiful. Okay, let's do our deep dive. We're going to dive a little deeper here. Best and highest messages here. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Thank you for the likes. Thank y'all for the gifts. Send all that love and light back to you, Tom. Send 7.7K likes. Hey, y'all. I'll be feeling the love. Hi, JR Hart. Hi, Audrey's TikTok channel. All right, Spirit. Best and highest messages. How are you showing up? How are you showing up here? You've been patiently waiting on this transformation. You've been patiently waiting on this tower, on this big shift here. So it's almost like you've been bracing yourself for it. It's like you know that you need it. So those of you that have been indecisive on something, or maybe scared to commit to a new way of being, or to commit to that unconventional thing. And I told you, if you don't make a decision, universe, God, source, universe, whatever that looks like for you, is going to make a decision for you. But most of you, you're showing up like you've been waiting on this. It's like you've been waiting on this big change. Strength. You know that you have the strength to overcome it, to withstand it. That's for your most loving, highest good. It's only going to make you even stronger. Okay, Spirit, it's here to support you. What's the situation? What's the situation? Here's that Six of Pentacles coming out again. Oh my gosh, double sixes. All about harmony and balance. Wow. So what you're giving to is giving back. Or that's the only thing that it is that you're willing to entertain in the situation. And because it's got to be equal giving. Look at this. Look at this exchange here. You see the infinity symbol? This has got to flow freely. Okay? If something's not giving and it's taking too much, it mucks up that energetic flow. That's what causes your blockages from the things that it is that you're trying to manifest, the things that you're trying to build, bring about. Okay? The connections that it is that you're trying to keep in the flow. Okay? Now, if you're taking too much and not giving enough, all right, same thing. It mucks up the energy. So it's got to be equal give and take situations. You're not for breadcrumbs. Okay, but because you're focused on that, and this is the situation, that's why you're getting all this recognition. That's why you're being celebrated. That's why you're having this victory. That's why you're getting a lot of praise, a lot of attention. All right, what's the challenge? What's the challenge here? Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Let me ring the bell for you. Hey, I'm sending all that love and light back to you. Times 10. Thank you for all the ways that you show love and support. By the way, y'all, I've got personals open if y'all want to get in line. Stan.store/LadyLeoSpiritual. My live readings. I've got one person in line right now, so I've got a short line tonight. If y'all don't want to wait a long time. What's the challenge? I told you people are in competition with you. So here's this chaos. This is what it is that you're not wanting to entertain, okay? And it is showing up as a challenge. So it's almost like you're having to move through this challenge. And this has something to do with a skill set, a gift, or an opportunity that it is that you're being presented with. Or some sort of new start. Dang! Would you walk away from things that are not serving you? When you do not entertain what is not going to entertain you back? Okay, because look, this is where you've given and given and given and given. These bowls are sinking. That's how much you gave. It created a whole pond and ocean. Okay, and whatever you asked to give back, this one bowl that you asked for, you could light a fire in that bitch. It didn't give anything back. It's dry. So what happens to water when it gets stagnant? It's a cesspool. It's nasty. You can't stay there. You're forced to have to get up and walk towards warmth, vitality, life force energy, yourself, your own sovereignty. Okay, so that's what it is. That's the situation. That's what your standpoint. I'm not going to sit here if you're not going to give. If it's not going to give to me, I'm not going to leave myself drained. And it's bringing in a miracle, a wish fulfillment. You put the focus back on you, Now God's, I can't even say it. God's worst universe is rewarding you with this miracle. This is something that you earned, all right? Something you prayed for. Or wish on a star for. What's in the current energy? What's in the current energy right now? Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of talk about you. I can tell you that. A lot of talk. A lot of people wanting to surround you because of the action that you're taking, okay? The way that you're moving and how you're showing up. You got people talking here. All right, I'm telling you, you're getting a lot of attention. This is almost giving me like underdog energy. Like you were viewed as some sort of underdog, and it's like you've overcome every obstacle that is that's been put in your path here. Which is why you're showing up as the star, which is Aquarian energy, by the way. And it's like you got people talking. You got people coming to look. You got people coming to praise you, tell you that they're proud of you, or to let you know that you've been seen. It's because the way that you take passionate action forward, this forward moving. I just saw the Ace of Wands again. Okay, Spirit. Current energy. What's in the current energy? So yeah, there's a lot of talk, a lot of gossip. Okay, you could be the topic of very many conversations. Dang, and the seeds that you're planting. Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so patience is going to be needed. All right, or you're being asked to be patient. This is the Knight of Pentacles. He's the only knight in the tarot who's not moving. He's not on his horse and he's not riding for it. Okay, so this is about pausing. It's about giving it the time that it needs to grow, to cultivate. Okay, and that's what's giving you long-term success. This stuff, these things, whatever it is that you're trying to invest into, excuse me. Don't get in your head, okay? You may be feeling defeated. You may be feeling confused. I keep picking up, I'm trying not to focus on that. You may have somebody who's trying to cause stress, or they think something's a game or a competition. So be careful about that. What's influencing the current energy? Hi, how you doing? Welcome. What's influencing the current energy? Your focus. You are so laser focused on yourself, on your goals, on what it is that you're trying to build, on what it is that you're manifesting right now. The Hangman is, you're learning a lot of new things, okay? So a lot where like there's some sort of clarity or information or the solution to a problem that's coming in, okay? But there is a need to pause, to get focused, and that's what, and looking at something from a different angle or a different vantage point or a different perspective, and it's going to give clarity that's needed. For some of y'all, are getting closure on a relationship that's not what you want, that's not what you want to invest into. Heavy Scorpio, heavy Aquarius, Pisces. All right, Spirit. Doesn't necessarily mean that zodiac. Just those energies are showing up very heavy. What's the energy coming towards you? Hi, Dustin. Hi, Dad and daughter. Welcome. Damn. Holy cannolis. All right. Somebody may like cannolis. Somebody's getting their confidence back. Somebody's getting their confidence back. Okay, so if you've had some unexpected things happen, things didn't work out the way that you wanted them to, you thought something was over, or you felt like you missed out on opportunity or anything like that, okay, you didn't. By you walking away, that's how you regain some sort of confidence. All right, we've got the Queen of Wands here. So the King and Queen of Wands is here on the table. Okay, so again, don't get caught up with the gender. We're personifying the energy. This is about your confidence, your personal sovereignty. Okay, and people may even be looking at you like you're a little scary, like you're a little taboo, like you're a little bit, they may be looking at you like you're untouchable. Okay, you're incredibly magnetic. Energy coming towards you. Whatever it is that you're getting focused on building, creating, especially if it has to do with your own expansion, baby, like moths drawn to a flame, here they come. People, opportunities, success. So expect good news. Like I said, like moths to a flame, there's this Page of Wands. Here they come. They want to let you know. You're looking good. You smelling good. You all that in a bag of chips, crazy, sexy, cool. Okay, very magnetic. Justice is showing up here as well. Okay, Libran energy. This is about a decision that you're making. Okay, this is also about a lot that's being exposed to you. So you may be a little bit more observant. Okay, so instead of being actively present in certain connections, you may be taking a step back to observe the situation. Okay, y'all, this is, I'll talk about it in just a second, okay? But that's what's giving this emotional fulfillment. That's what's helping you learn about how to obtain this emotional fulfillment, or receiving this wish, or getting what it is that you desire, okay? Also, energy coming towards you, I'm getting a message that you need to observe, okay? A lot about this observation. Let people do whatever they do. You know? Hi, Spider-Man. I did. Thanks for liking the live, y'all. Hi, Dana. Let me ring the bell for y'all. Send all that love and light back to you, times 10. Thank you for being here. 8.4K likes. That'll make me light up like a Christmas tree. Okay, there's a need to observe a situation, though, okay? Let people be who they are, okay? So let's just, for example, let's say you're in a romantic connection. You don't need to be nagging. You don't need to be correcting. You don't need to be, you know, like telling this person anything and everything that it is that they need to be doing, okay? Let them do whatever it is that they want so that you know what it is that they want to be doing. Does that make sense? If they want to show up, they will. If they want to plan the date out, then they will. If they want to call you and text you and spend time with you, they will. You know, let people do and you observe. Does that make sense? You're collecting data. You're learning about the situation with clear insight. Does that make sense? So you can make logical decisions on how to move forward and not emotional ones. Because, look, I saw this on this lady, a dating lady. She's a dating coach, okay? But, you know, it's like if I hold my hand up here, right? And I ask you, how many fingers am I holding up? Can you tell? Can you see? Can you see how many fingers I'm holding up? No, because you're too close. Does that make sense? You can't get a whole visual of what's going on because you're too emotionally close to whoever this is. Does that make sense? So back up and observe and let them. That's a big message that is that I'm getting. Okay, so you may need to protect your energy, protect your peace. All right, what's influencing the energy coming towards you? Melvin, thank you for the follow, love. Canadian loyalist. Loyalist. My bad, boo-boo. I didn't mean to murder your name. Thank you for reposting. I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you for being here, Davila. You don't have to drink the whole ocean to know it's salty. That is so true. That is so true. Don't take any toxic exes back, people. Move on with your life. I think I needed that advice a long time ago. But thank you for sharing. Hey, thanks for the love. Love and light back to you, Thomas 10. That's true, though. That is very true. All right, what is influencing this energy coming towards you? The King of Wands came out again. Y'all are looking so freaking bold, so magnetic, confident, successful, visionary leaders, master manifestors, passion with a purpose. Damn. The King and Queen of Wands. Some of y'all may be coming into union with, whoo! We got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Told you looking good, smelling good, feeling good. You're taking a risk on something. Spirit says, okay, well, I'm going to take a risk on you. You may even have a person. You may be attracting a person that's getting ready to take a risk, okay? Because they say, your fire matches my fire, boo-boo. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. All right, Spirit. What's influencing the energy here? Oh, my God. I just said that. Master manifestors. This is the second time the Magician is showing up here. Gemini. Using the resources that you have. Ace of Swords to bring a lot of clarity, of victory. It's a yes card. It's a green light. Go. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. or do the thing, do that thing. Okay. You got a spy. Somebody's looking in on you. Somebody wants to know more. Good, bad. Could be somebody you work with or somebody that you could be possibly related to that you've left behind in the past. All right. So yeah, this is big on where attention goes, energy flows. So there's a lot about you focusing on what it is that you want, you omitting the things that are hindering you. You're being very observant. You're receptive to receiving new information or data so that you can make a lot about this logical decisions on how you're going to take action, on how you're going to use this fire of yours to forge things. Okay. A lot about protecting your energy. All right, Spirit. Tell me about the Magician. Tell me about the Magician. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all are manifesting that relationship. And I told you, they're going to match your energy. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so if it's not a person, okay, it's the thing that it is that is helping balance out this masculine, feminine, this dark, this light energy within you. It's bringing a lot of harmony into a certain situation or into your life. And I'm telling you, look at the abundance. Ace of Pentacles. Opportunities, growth, expansion. All because you just needed to get out of your head and not overthink something. Okay? We're not overthinking things. We're being logical. We're not getting caught up in our emotions. Because remember, whatever you feel like you were stuck on, whatever you think that passed you by, the opportunity that missed you, okay, that was just an illusion. Okay, you're just getting caught up in your head here. See how she's looking in the mirror? And only in the mirror, in the reflection, does she feel, she thinks she's trapped. She can't see clearly. She can't get the insight that she needs, the clarity that she's too much in her headspace, right? This is where you're detaching from that. You're setting yourself free. You're realizing it's just an illusion. That's not real. That's not the truth. Okay. All right. What's your strengths this season? What's helping you move through these energies? Oh, shit. What's your strengths this season? Again. Damn. 9 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Empress. Holy shit, y'all are looking so good. Your strength is the way that you keep showing up. No matter how many times you get knocked down, how many times that you've been knocked off a pedestal, the rug's been ripped out from under you, you've had to dig yourself out of a hole, you've hit rock bottom, okay, you still stand. You still go. You don't let it stop you. You also have a lot of energy here that suggests that you persevered a lot of a lot of sabotage, a lot of people trying to steal time, love, energy, effort, money from you. People have tried to deceive you or manipulate certain situations. This is also where you've overcome your own ego, where you've overcome sabotaging yourself, talking yourself out of doing things that are for your most loving and highest good, talking yourself out of your own spot, where you've dethroned yourself. You know, a lot of this, what's done in the dark comes to the light. What you haven't seen is being shown. It's being illuminated to you, or it has been. And that's the strength here, is that you are open and willing to receive insight and information. You're open and willing to be tapped in to your own instinct and your own higher self. Okay, that spirit, the connection to spirit, whatever that looks like for you. Knight of Wands, you are free spirit as well. Okay, this is where you're being you unapologetically. You dance to the beat of your own drum. You are the author of your own story, and here you go to run free towards what it is that you desire. Okay, you're taking this fearless action towards the Empress. All 4 queens in one. Again, gender doesn't matter here. Okay, we're personifying the energy. Showing up as feminine energy, because feminine energy rules the intuition. It rules that very nurturing energy, okay? So you can be a biological man and be a feminine energy if you're nurturing yourself, if you're listening to your intuition, okay? So that's what this has a lot. It also has to do with birthing something new out into the world. So that idea, that project, giving yourself permission to go for that position, the career, Okay, so this is showing me that it's going to grow. Empress energy. Everything you touch turns to gold. It expands. That's feminine energy. You give feminine energy something, it expands it. It multiplies it, okay? All right. What are the blockages that need to be released this season? 9-9. Major endings happening. Thanks for the love, y'all. I'm sending all that love and light back to you times 10. Hey. All right. What needs to be released this season? What blockages are you releasing? Shit from the past. 6 of Cups. Okay. We talked about that in the astrology forecast, right? We're not bringing the past into the present because it affects the future. Okay. We're not getting stuck on old systems, old ways of being, old mindsets, old relationships and connections. They ain't changed. What's helping you release your blocks during this time? Surrendering to God, source, universe, whatever that looks like for you. What will be, will be. Give it to God, if you will. That makes sense. Okay. Releasing the burdens, releasing the stress, releasing the need to control the outcome. Making that decision to let go and move with the energy, go with the flow, being your authentic self, taking that risk. Okay, Spirit, give me one more. What are blockages that need to be released, or what's helping to remove blockages? Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. The Chariot in reverse. Not going towards where it is that you want to go. Not giving yourself permission, okay? You're giving yourself permission. You're making the choice to keep going, even though you've been knocked down. Even if you're injured, you're tired, you don't have all the answers just yet, you're going for it anyway. Heavy Cancer, heavy Aquarius, heavy Taurus, heavy Leo, heavy on the Gemini, Libra, Pisces. Those are just energies that are showing up really heavy here. All right. Swap decks real quick, y'all. Where do we go? I'm going to let you pick. You want the Gilded Tarot or the Game of Thrones Tarot? You tell me. If you're here live, you get to vote. If you're watching the replay. Sorry, loves. Gilded Tarot or the Game of Thrones Tarot? You tell me. Deck 1 is the Gilded Tarot. Deck 2 is Game of Thrones. G-O-T. I'll give you all a few moments to vote. The Gilded Tarot, 1. Hi, it's Poppy. How you doing? Sick and healing, but going for it anyways. That's the only thing you can do, love. Gilded. Okay, I'm getting a lot of this Gilded Tarot, so we'll do that. All right, darlings. Hi, Havoc Haven. How you doing, love? Best and highest messages here. By the way, what was at the bottom of this deck was the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm kind of excited that y'all voted for this deck. Again, with that Wheel of Fortune showing up. Good choice. Okay, Spirit. Overall spiritual advice for this season. And then I will pull a couple oracle cards from the other decks. And I'll get you some sassy affirmations, okay? Overall spiritual advice. Dang. They flying out, y'all. All right. 6 of Swords. Okay, this is the decision to make moves, to move away from chaos, to have strong boundaries. Moving into calmer waters. Towards King of Wands. There's also something you're leaving behind here. This is coming out real big. And it's actually feeding your confidence. It's feeding your own personal power. You may be having someone to come in to give a love offer, to tell you I love you, or to apologize. All right, I'm telling you it's because you're magnetic. Not only are you attracting new stuff to you, here comes the past, okay? That always happens. Like, yeah, here's a spy. So be wary of these people who are spying on you, who want to come love on you now. Okay, yeah. But your cup is already full. right, you know where I said focus goes, energy flows? It's like you're moving into a season where not only are you magnetic, okay, you're also getting a lot of fulfillment. And because you're focused on the fulfillment that you're already getting, it's attracting all this other energy to come towards you, especially from the past, okay? These are people that didn't support you in the past. These are people that didn't praise you, okay? They didn't show you love. They didn't show you respect and kindness. They weren't there for you. They didn't help build whatever it is that you're building. And now they want to come stick their finger in the pie. They want a piece of the pie. Your time, your love, your energy, effort, money being the pie. Right? So that's why it's important for you to have those strong boundaries. Yeah, because they rejected you in the past, okay? So yeah, once where you were rejected, now you're getting all this attention. Now you're looking like a king or queen. Again, personifying the energy. All right, what else came out? 8 of Cups, a lot about walking away from things that are not giving back to you, things that are not emotionally fulfilling. All right, and you're manifesting big things. You're manifesting that idea that you had. You're bringing it into reality. You're experiencing it because of this fast, fearless action that you're taking forward. All this passion that it is that you have in the way that you're moving for self, for a purpose, for what it is that you're building. And it's giving you a big victory. A lot of this clarity, this insight, this knowledge that's coming to you. Okay, seeing things clear as day. Having the clarity needed. A lot of this... a lot of attention, all this attention. This is the 3rd time the 6 of Wands has showed up here in this reading. Dang, all this attention. And the Empress as well. A lot of success. Ace of Pentacles came out, Knight of Pentacles. Yes, this is the beginning, okay? So you're going to start experiencing some of this. But patience is still needed, okay? There's a lot of potential. Potential's not promised. You have to cultivate and nurture it, right? You're being backed by God, source, universe, whatever that looks like for you too. Okay. So it's almost like you're getting your garden, your soil ready for this opportunity, this seed, this whatever to just be dropped into the soil so that it can grow. Okay. Whatever seed this is, it's already got roots coming out of it, boo-boo. You just keep nurturing that. Okay. All right. Let's get you some oracle cards. We're going to start off with the Spirit Animal Oracle. Here, guys, here's the box. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. If you're new and you ain't seen me before, I'm Lady Leo. I'm your cosmic bestie, your mystical intuitive, your spiritual cheerleader. I'm here to empower you through the hard times, to give you clarity and insight on the situations that you may be experiencing during this time. I'm helping you to stay in alignment, to clear blockages, and to keep on keeping on, loves. All right, Spirit. Best and highest messages here. 1 card. What do we need to know right now most? What do we need to know most for right now? Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Oh, beautiful. Oh, there's a big, like, mandala, dream catcher type of energy here. A lot about feathers. Hawk Spirit is also a very protective spirit for me personally. Anytime I see hawks, hawk feathers, hearing hawks. Okay, but we've got Let Spirit be your guide. 3-2 on that card. Okay, so especially if you're going through some sort of conflict, 3 and 2 make a 5 in numerology. Big life changes, challenges, chaos, those sorts of things. So let's see what this card says. Hawk Spirit. Maybe hawk is a spirit totem for you. 32. Here we are. Okay, darlings. I'm going to read for a minute, okay? Let Spirit be your guide. Oracle message. Flying high above the landscape, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain and the pond as well as the cloud, and doesn't miss anything. When Hawk Spirit arrives, you are called to pay close attention. Sorry, y'all. It's asking me to do the little puzzle thing so it doesn't kick me off. Okay. It doesn't miss anything. When Hawk Spirit arrives, you're called to pay close attention to messages from Spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. A lot about observation. We talked a lot about that earlier. Listen to your intuition and keep your eyes open for synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences. So you may be seeing lots of angel numbers. You may be seeing certain symbols that keep arising, okay? For example, I think I used this earlier. Like during the summer here in Mississippi, it would be strange to be seeing a lot of symbols of evergreen trees. You know, that's something you see around here in the wintertime a lot. You know, during the holiday seasons, you see evergreen trees everywhere. Okay, so if it's summertime in Mississippi and I'm seeing lots of evergreen trees on people's t-shirts, on logos, on billboards, on, you know, just that symbol is just showing up all over the place, I'm going to go look up the meaning of that. I'm going to sit with it, and I'm going to gain insight and clarity on what that means for me. What's it telling me? Okay. And with my situation. So you may be getting a lot of that. You may be hearing songs or certain phrases in songs, or feeling like Spirit's talking to you through song. Okay. Those sorts of things. Also, things like trinkets, like coins, feathers, keys, you know, a lot of things to do with that. If you keep seeing those things or finding those things, okay, that may be Spirit coming through to give you a message about something. Hawk Spirit asks you not to dismiss the signs that Spirit is sending to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song, or coming across the same symbol here, there, and in the strangest places? I just said that. Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your query, or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with their symbolism. Spirit wants to communicate and reach out again and again. When Hawk Spirit appears, it is a sign to listen. Protection message. Are you noticing red flags, perhaps saying to yourself, "Oh, what pretty flags," and giving them no more thought? Hawk Spirit has arrived to tell you to stop and listen to the messages from Spirit. Take the time to observe the patterns you are seeing, and do not dismiss your intuition, even if the messages you receive are not supported by evidence in the physical world. If it feels illogical to listen right now, listen anyway. Sometimes you might want certain signs and messages to mean what you want them to mean, interpreting through the lens of wishful thinking, a projection of your desire to see things a certain way. Of course, when you do that, you rarely find yourself where you want to be. Take heart. Spirit loves you so much and does not want you to get hurt, but to align with Spirit's plan for your highest good. Listen and follow the signs, and check your motives when you're being selective with your hearing. So yes, if you're getting downloads, it's not necessarily a message that it is that you wanted to hear. Make sure that you're not making meaning out of it to fit a narrative or to fit an outcome that it is that you were hoping for. Okay. Sometimes we do that, you know. Sometimes we can get so caught up with wanting a certain thing or wanting a certain outcome that we'll dismiss red flags, we'll dismiss messages that it is that we're getting. I've done that before. It's not fun, y'all. It's not fun. You're going to learn one way or another. All right, let me pull from this deck. I'm going to read one card from this deck. All right. Best and highest messages here, Spirit. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Thanks for sharing the live. Thank you for being here, love. Let me ring the bell for you. Here we go. And all that love and light back to you times 10. Hi, Fred. Thank you for being here. Hi, Medicine Man. Cade, Stephanie. All right, Spirit. What do we need to know most right now? Hi, Coxa. Spider webs. Spider webs can mean a lot of different things. So it really depends on the situation. So, you know, if you're in a creative zone and you're trying to create something, spider webs may present themselves to you. Okay. Sometimes it can mean that you need to spin a web to trap something, all right, to catch something. Sometimes that's information. Sometimes that's a lie, a truth that needs to be exposed. Those sorts of things doesn't necessarily have to pertain to that scenario. Sometimes it means someone set a trap for you. Someone wants to bleed you dry. Does that make sense? So it really just depends on your situation and like how it is that you're interpreting that message that's being given to you through that symbol. But yeah, spider webs can be of significance for sure. All right, give me one, Spirit. What do we need to know most right now? All right. Movement. There's a snake on that card. Okay, so this is a lot about shedding the old versions of you, shedding the skin that doesn't fit, the skin that you're in, being authentic to who you are today. Not going back to the past. Let's see what movement says. Also, with this egg being here, sorry, that egg being right there, I really feel like you're getting like there's an egg that's about to hatch. Okay, this also represents fertility, success, growth, production, or producing. All right, what page is movement on? Can I get to it? There it goes. 62. 6 and 2 make an 8. Infinite possibilities. All right. So this is what it says. Physical movement can quick start major shifts in your internal and external worlds. While this movement can take any form, keep in mind that the type of movement we do can invite in the emotions and experiences associated with it. Intense and vigorous movement can help us access our motivation, power, and fire. Slow and methodical movements can help us tap into our deeper feelings and is especially helpful in releasing healing and deeper work. When we move our body, we are allowing any stuck or stagnant energies within us to flow, bringing space for the new. What type of movement do you need? How can you incorporate it into your day more? So yes, if you're feeling stuck and stagnant, feeling bogged down and heavy, one really big way to shift that energy, to get like the energy flow moving again, is literally get up, physically get up and start moving. Something that I like to do that helps me, especially if there ain't nobody home, is I go put on my favorite jams in my favorite outfit with my hairbrush mic and I jam and I sing it out, you know, and that really helps me get back into a creative, very tapped back into like being able to go with the flow and allowing movement to take place. So I don't know what that looks like for you, boo-boo. Maybe you need to go for a run or walk. Maybe you need a hula hoop, you know, whatever works for you, boo-boo. All right, snake. Just about every culture in the world has feared and revered the snake. They've become a powerful symbol of rebirth and transformation due to the shedding of their skin. But there's so much to learn about the snake, especially from how it slithers. It's taken science a long time to understand how a snake moves, and moves fast without legs. Initially, it was thought that they used their immediate environment to propel themselves forward, for example, pushing off of rocks. But eventually, it was revealed that they used their scales to create friction with the Earth's surface, even tiny grains of sand. And that friction, combined with contracting their powerful muscles, pushes them forward. We can call on snake as a teacher for using the friction in our life as an opportunity for movement. Dandelion. Dandelion has gotten a reputation of being an annoying weed, but in reality, this little plant packs a powerful punch. It is loaded with vitamins and minerals, vitamin C, fiber, potassium, iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and phosphorus, to name a few. It holds incredible medicine for our digestive system, in particular our stomach, liver, and pancreas. It supports us by stimulating the function of each organ while simultaneously detoxifying. In other words, it gets things moving. Emotionally, dandelion can support us in the same way. It can remove toxic imprints within your subtle bodies and attune you to a vibrant, empowered state. And fire opal is the crystal. Fire opal is a stunning bright orange-red stone discovered in areas where volcanoes and hot springs have been active. Compare a volcano to our internal landscape. The magma or lava is our life force, our passion and vibrancy. The layers of earth are the metaphorical blocks or limiting beliefs. For example, I'm too embarrassed to go to that dance class. Or I want to learn how to draw but hate not being good at something. Fire opal is the stone that helps us move through those layers of fear and shame, allowing our passion and lust for experience to take hold. Call on fire opal as a guide to restoring movement when you have stuckness, okay? So you feel stuck and stagnant, get the friction going, okay? Get some friction going so that movement can happen. And again, that was a big theme of Aquarius season, is if you don't make a choice, God, Source, Universe is going to make one for you. Let me get you some sassy affirmations, y'all. All right. Closing messages here. 9:09 on the clock. Big life changes, y'all. We just came out of a 9-year. The way that we measure time, the way that we have on the calendar now. Hey! Thank you for joining my fan club, love. Send all that love like back to you times 10. 17.6K likes. Hey, I'm feeling all the love. Thank you for all the ways you show love and support. Thank you for the live gifts. I appreciate you, Davila. All right. What do you need to know most right now? If you don't like being called a bitch, this is the part where you want to exit out, come back, scroll up, stomp boo-boo, because we got some tough love coming. Ooh! Listen, bitch. You can recover from anything. Your resilience is unmatched. I told you persevered time and time again. You picked yourself up off the ground, dust your shoulders off, and kept it moving one way or another. Even if you had to take a breather, you still got up and kept going. Listen, bitch, you've come so far, keep betting on yourself. Why wouldn't you keep betting on yourself? Don't sit and wait on people to bet on you or to invest into you or your dream, your plan, your vision. You do that. You're setting the tone of how other people are going to show up. So you've come so far, keep betting on you. Why not you? Listen, bitch, you should be so proud of how far you fucking come. Think about all the obstacles that it is that you've overcome to get to this point, right? So there's a lot here about remembering how far you've come, the growth that it is that you've had over time, where it was that you started, how much you've grown. You know, you're incredibly resilient. Keep betting on you because you're going to keep winning. Be proud of yourself, your skill set, what you've mastered. Listen, bitch, your wildest dreams deserve a chance. What'd I tell you? Why not you? Why don't you deserve the chance? You do. Right? There's no lack of monies. There's no shortage of money, y'all. There's trillions of dollars being exchanged every single day. Why can't you open the door for just a little bit of that to trickle into your life? You can. There ain't no shortage of support. There's like, what, 8 billion people on this planet? You gonna find you a tribe. You're gonna find support. Why not you? Your wildest dreams deserve a chance. You're manifesting it. Give yourself permission to go for it or not give up on something, to keep with it. Okay? And listen, bitch. Don't get so weighed down by your worries that you forget to live. This is a big one. Don't let the stress weigh you down, right? Fear is the mind killer. Kills the heart and the spirit too. Okay, so don't get so weighed down by all the worries that you forget to go out and do the thing, to live your life, to have more experiences where you get to enjoy your time, you know? All right, y'all, thank you so much for popping in and hanging out with me. I'm so incredibly grateful for all the ways that you show up and show out with me. If you're here live, don't forget to let me know what your zodiac sign is in the comments, so I know what houses we're representing. And at the end of the week, I go back and count out all the comments that were commented. And the most comments, whatever zodiac comments the most, is how I start my zodiac readings. I start off with the one that commented the most. And then I go down the line from there. All right. Leo. Hey! Fellow Leo into his house. Look at all the Leos in here. Hi, Leo gang gang. What's going on, friends? Got lionesses in the chat. Also, I have personal readings that are still open. I only have one person in line right now. There's 22 for an express reading, 44 for an extended. You can book your spot or go claim your line and claim your spot in line by going to stan.store/LadyLeoSpiritual. It is the only way that you can book any services with me. I'm not reaching out to y'all, offering y'all anything. Y'all be wary of people DMing you, enticing you to get readings. That's not me. Watch your six, watch your blessings, watch your money. Capricorn, hey, Virgo, hey, thank you. Thank you for the hanging lights. Deidre, darling. That's another love light back to you, times 10. Thank you, love. What else was I going to say? Oh, if you want personal one-on-one readings. Okay. So my private pre-recorded readings are going to be the most affordable option for you, and they'll get out the quickest. Okay. But I do have one-on-one live chat or live audio readings as well. Tarot, astrology, and I also do energy alignments. Okay. And that's also like with coaching or, you know, stepping into your highest timeline, removing any blockages, you know, really working on your self-esteem and being in the mindset that is that you want. And that's all energy alignment. Okay. You can even do all three, where you get a tarot reading, astrology reading, and we'll do an energy alignment as well. Okay. And all that again is at stan.store/LadyLeoSpiritual. Okay. Let me end this one here, y'all. I'm going to post the replay to YouTube if you popped in the middle of it and it sounded interesting or intriguing. If it resonated with you, again, I'm so incredibly grateful for all the ways that you show love and support, all your time and your energy, and I will see y'all again soon. Love and light, y'all.